It's Tracy and Noel. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 111, 111. I am your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noel Winters Herzog.
What? Is this an alternate universe?
Noel, a lot of people have been saying that we are two very funny comedians.
Tracy, I'm really feeling this podcast lately, I must tell you.
I know. I think that the less that happens in the show, the more freedom we have to to make up what we think happened.
Yes, I agree. Uh-huh.
There's a lot of fake things that we pretend happen in the show.
Also, there's a lot of fake things on the show.
There's a ton of fake things on the show. There is a ton. We're here to talk about 90 Day Fiancé season 8, episode 13. I know I say it every week, but I wish that I was the producer and the editor of this show. Things would go so much more smoothly. It would be so much more entertaining. So what I do is when I take notes, I leave one page for everyone.
Yeah.
You do the same. Oh, you take them on your phone, right?
Oh, yeah, but when I took notes, I did, but I felt like I was wasting too much paper, to be honest with you.
Sure. So now I usually fill up almost all of my pages except for like maybe one or two.
Sure.
This time I filled up like none of the pages. It's like 3 sentences for each person.
I think it's because this week and last week, they're showing everyone now. They're not, you know how they usually exclude, like, say, like Rebecca one week, or I think that's why.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton
of meat.
Yeah, not a lot of meat. It's good though because I'm actually cutting back on meat.
Okay, I mean, listen, corned beef is coming.
It's true. This is true.
Corned beef is coming.
I know. And if you guys want to hear more about corned beef, you're going to go over to our other podcast. It is called BS. There's over 150 episodes of that. There's over 200 bonus episodes on our Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. You will not regret being a member of our Patreon because so many people are like, you know, I already listened to Teen Mom Trash Talk. I already listened to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. We want more of you and Noel. So if you want more of us, it would take you probably months and months to catch up on all of the podcasts that we have on our Patreon, patreon.com/trash talk podcast. And if you want even more of us, we have a free Trash Talk after show on Stereo. That's the Stereo app. You can go to stereo.com/Trixie2Zini, or you can just go right down to the link in the show notes. It is a free app. And the best part about Stereo is that we get to talk to you guys live. It's every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you could ask us questions in real time. We have so much fun interacting with all of the listeners. And also, if you miss it because you're at church,
of course, obviously,
all of our listeners would miss it because they were at church and no other reason. You can listen to it at any time. And we've been doing this for a few weeks already, having the best time. So if you download the Stereo app with the link below, you'll have a few podcasts to listen to, like full hour-long podcasts to listen
It's amazing. It's so much extra content, guys.
Noel, we create so much content. I can't believe that we have this many words. Do you remember what your dad used to tell you about your words?
That I would run out of words?
Yeah, like like everyone only has so many, like you're born with so many words.
And one day you're going to run out. And then he would be like, I'm praying for laryngitis for you so you don't run out of words. He was a good dad.
He was really a great dad. And let me tell you something. We have proved him wrong.
We have single-handedly proved him wrong.
We have proved him wrong over and over again because if anyone was going to run out of words, it would definitely be me first and you second.
Yes, agreed. That is the truth.
We have all of the words and we're going to say a few words right now about Natalie and Mike.
Ooh, good one.
Thank you so much. There's 20 days left. And they're going to have a surprise birthday party for Uncle Bo.
Listen, the lengths this woman is going to now for that ring is laughable. Okay. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. I love that she decided last episode that she has absolutely no standards.
Nope, not at all.
And the bottom line is she's going to get this ring and she's going to get married. And if she has to bite her tongue about him cheating on her, if she has to bite her tongue about the closet smelling like cat pee,
she'll do it.
if she has to put on an extra layer of sweatpants in the house because there's literally no heat,
I don't know if I could live like that.
She doesn't care. She's like, America or bust.
But that's the thing, though. I don't think she's there for America. I do think she's there to get married for a kid.
Married for a kid. I think I agree with that. That's a married for a kid kind of thing.
Yes.
So Uncle Bo, I feel like he might be having a little bit of an affair with the neighbor Tamra that lives at the bottom of the hill.
This is a affair of mullets. This is a mullet affair.
This is a surprise mullet party.
Yes.
Yeah, there's okay, I don't want to be offensive, but here we
go.
But here we are. I just feel like by having this large party, this large surprise party with Tamra,
so many people,
Uncle Bo, 50% of the people at this party have a mullet.
Listen, you can't fight numbers, Tracy. You're right.
I know. And I'm just saying that's a lot. So all of a sudden we learn that the coronavirus is coming. So they're going to go fishing.
Which is cute.
Super cute. She basically is like, listen, I need the ring. I want the ring. I want the ring. And they have to delay the wedding a little bit because of Corona. They're not sure what's happening. They go fishing in this stream with the most beautiful blue, clear water.
Oh, it's so nice. Like, I would love to be there. It was so nice there.
It was super, super nice. But we can't scare the fish with fireworks, but we can spear them in the face.
Right. We can like spear them in the face and make them suffocate in a bucket.
That's fine. But just don't startle them.
It's so funny.
I like that Mike is dressed like a fishing cop on this trip.
Listen, he's got a look and he sticks to that look.
He's dressed like he's going to arrest some fish.
I don't know why I pulled you over.
You were swimming upstream and you're a salmon and
it's a one-way stream.
Everyone knows that. Wait, which way does salmon do swim upstream? Maybe he'll pull them over if they're swimming downstream. Right?
He'll make him do a sobriety test.
Salmon and their relatives, the steelhead, they when it's time for them to do so, they swim downstream all the way to the Pacific Ocean where they grow to be adults. That's where they begin their lives as eggs in the cold mountain streams.
Oh,
such
okay.
as those of Central Idaho. So I bet you he pulled over a lot of salmon that day.
Yum. I wish that I could just fish for salmon in my backyard like that.
Wow. Yeah. Just like a little stream. I don't know why you like salmon.
That's probably like the only fish that I like / eat.
That is the only fish that's like probably my biggest fish that I hate.
A lot of people don't like salmon.
Yeah. But a lot of people do like salmon.
They do. I mean, I don't know. I like it. I really like the texture of it. I think that's what it is. I just like the texture.
I don't like the taste of it, but lucky for me, Mike's on the case and he's going to put them where they belong. So her visa expires in 3 weeks and she doesn't want to be unlegal. That was a quote, by the way.
Yes, I got that same quote here.
And he said that without progress, there is no wedding. Mike is being abusive.
Oh, Mike is 100% being abusive. He now has the upper hand and he is abusing that.
He's like, listen, unless you catch 4 trout right now,
right,
we can't get married because you know that I would like a trout lady.
And that's it. That's all there is to it.
He's like, unless you clip my toenails tonight, we're not going to be able to get married.
And it sucks because she was always like so confident and independent. And now she is really becoming like very self-conscious.
She was very confident and independent until she started screaming that she needs a baby right now when she was still in her country.
And throwing her ring at him. Right. And saying she's not in love with him too.
Well, see, that I do think is confident. The throwing of the ring.
But that's what I'm saying. She was confident then.
But the forcing of the baby was not.
Yeah, maybe she should have dialed it back.
Maybe she was like, I could be pregnant here with my mom.
Right, and never have to see you again.
I promise I'll come, wink.
It's funny because she never brings up kids like ever now.
Well, she said that she has no options but to wait.
That sucks. I wouldn't.
You're right, though. She has changed her tune on the kids.
She has.
Mm-hmm. So
it's so weird.
There's only 15 days until they have to get married. And she has no ring, no wedding date.
No, it's good. If I was her, I'd be like, did you book my ticket home, by the way?
Right. So now it's March 2020 and Corona is hitting. And this is the last day that the dress shop is going to be open. I like that they have put an end date on it. They're like, Corona's fine now. Tomorrow it's going to be pretty deadly. So we're going to close tomorrow only. But today you can come in and spread the virus.
Right. It's fine. Today you can come in and get naked.
So
it's totally fine.
Wanda and Belva really do not help her a lot.
I think they were nice though. They were nice,
but okay. So she really misses her mom. She doesn't know though if she's gonna have an inside wedding or an outside wedding.
Yep.
I don't think right now at this point. She should have said like I don't care. That's what.
Right. I mean, you're so right though.
Instead of saying I don't know, she should have said I don't care. So she tells. So Wanda and Belva are like, you know that you can get married in court, right?
Right.
And then you could have your wedding whenever you want.
Right.
She acts. I have friends that act like this. When you tell them something that they already know and they act super surprised.
Like you struck oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, she's playing dumb. Thank you so much for telling me this. Now I am so happy. And she acts almost like a little bit off.
Yeah, no, she does. She acts like slow to process sometimes.
Right. So she's video chatting with her mom and she's going to hide from her mom that there's no wedding date. Guess what? If there's going to be a wedding, it's going to be within the next 15 days. So what does it matter? Pretend you have a wedding date.
Right. That's the thing. Like pretend until you get back home.
Seriously. So now she said that she did agree with Wanda and Belva that the one that the dress she had on felt like a prom dress.
Which she was right. I mean, that second dress was heinous.
I think they were all very mediocre.
Yeah, she could do better. She has a dynamite body.
She has such an amazing body for a wedding dress that I don't know what she was doing. She picked this strapless generic dress with a very low cut back that was not flattering and a very low cut front that was not flattering.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
So her mom's like, so when are you going to get married? And she's like, what? My mom's calling me. She's like, I am your mom.
I have to go.
Like, I live in the wood. Bye.
Bye.
So she doesn't buy the wedding dress.
Right. But the shop is now closed.
Why did we go there?
For a story, I guess.
Well, now that's 2 days later. There's only 13 days left and they're making a fire.
The thing is, he is now being such an asshole, waiting until the very last minute.
So he's like, here you go. Here's your ring. You can have it back. And she's like, oh, can you do it like a person?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, will you be my fiance again? And she's like, cool. Can we move forward from here?
Right.
And like, forget everything that ever happened in the past.
And he gets so mad.
And then she's like, for example,
can
we forget when I flipped out on you in Kiev? Also, can we forget about when you cheated on me all the time with Sarah?
Yes.
And can we forget that you made me live here? Can we forget that you almost thought that I was going to live with Uncle Bo? And then she starts getting, now he's like, you know what? Forget it. So he walks away and he said that she ruins everything. So she's like, but do you forgive me for the past? He's like, no.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like he's a jerk. That's what I feel. I feel like he's a jerk, and
that is correct.
She has to suddenly like walk on eggshells now. He's making it like she has to be so careful of what she says, or he could just take it back. He is like God complex. I hate this.
What a dream proposal, though.
Right. Do you want to be my fiance again? Not do you want to marry me?
I got to tell you. So I know these people that got engaged, and the guy asked me how he should propose to her.
Okay.
And, I made a few suggestions, and he's like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a really big fight with her.
Okay.
And we're going to fight for a little while. And then after she's really upset, I'm going to say, just kidding, and propose. And I said, that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And that's what he chose. And that's what he did. And he made sure she was really upset. He fought with her for like a full hour.
Oh my
And
God.
then he proposed to her and she cried herself to sleep because she was so upset about the fight.
But she said yes?
Oh, they're still married.
That's I bet their marriage isn't going very well because he sounds like a bad person.
I mean, listen, I think their marriage is going well. I mean, she cheats on him, he cheats on her. Like everyone's happy.
Oh, equal. At least, but it's equal, unlike Mike and Natalie.
Right, exactly. But this proposal really takes the second to the other proposal. And she said that having the ring is like having a key to his heart.
Sure. I don't think so at all.
Okay, now I got to tell you, as Darcy's watching this scene, she's dying a little bit inside.
Yes.
She's like, oh my God, girl, you want to talk about a key? I got an actual key to his diary.
Yeah, I got a skeleton key is what I got.
And he tried to tell me it was to a house. Meanwhile, it was his locker.
To his Amazon locker.
7-Eleven. So now they're going to be disgusting. And he says that they're going to do some non-social distancing in the bedroom.
Right. Great. Yeah. I really want to bone you after you berate me.
Well, guess what? That might be exactly what she said.
I guess.
She's like, whatever. I'm going to be here.
Whatever. I got the ring.
Exactly. She's home alone all the time. She really is. She has so much free time. And I have had a little bit of free time and you have too. And we've been playing Best Fiends, which is our absolute favorite game to play on our phones.
I love Best Fiends. It keeps me occupied for so long.
It's too much. Like it's almost too much for me. I get so excited. I play it in the bathtub mostly. Okay.
I play it at night when I'm laying in bed.
I play it when I'm laying in the bathtub. I like to be in water when I play it.
Okay. Does it make you feel like a fish?
It does. It makes me feel like a fish. And I can't put it down. It is the Can't Put It Down mobile puzzle game that is free to download. It has over 100 million downloads and it's a 5-star rated mobile puzzle game and it's a must play. So I got to tell you, like usually I feel, and you know this about me, Noelle, I feel like I could never play like an online game. Like I don't get it.
You are never interested in games. And as soon as you started playing this, you were like hooked.
It's like easy, but it's fun. Boredom will not stand a chance after you download Best Fiends. And there's always another update, whether it's more levels, fun events, or changes to the game based on fan feedback. Just don't blame us if you end up kind of obsessed.
Oh, I'm kind of obsessed for sure.
Download Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play.
All right.
Julia also has a lot of free time on the farm now that she doesn't have to feed the scary animals.
I just, I was watching this and I would like to say that the first episode that we watched, I said like, I all the way hate Brandon. He's a bad person. And like, I'm just right. I was so right.
Yes.
But I don't hate Hovi. So like, go figure on that.
I still do. Right in my heart.
I hate Brandon so much more. Because you know what? At least Hovi admits he's a jerk. You know what I mean?
Brandon is not nice. So they go to visit the minister at the church. Also, this church looks like a chapel in prison.
Seriously. Seriously. Yes.
I'm not saying I've been or I'm not saying I haven't been. But
question mark.
It really does. This is the most beautiful place. She said this is the church of her dreams.
Right. That's the church of your dreams.
She said, let me tell you how low her standards are. How low her standards are. She said that it's big and there's a place for walking.
I mean, then the farm is her dream home.
There's a place for walking. Can you imagine you go to like see a house and you're like, this is perfect. There's so much places to walk.
Listen, you know what though? I would love to have low standards like that.
Right? Just like ignorance is bliss.
What an easy life.
She's not going to have any friends or family there. And Betty says that there's going to be 50 to 70 people there, depending on the state of the world.
That's pretty wild. And the thing is like, why is Betty the one doing all the inviting?
Because okay. Think about it like this.
Right.
Brandon doesn't have a friend in the world because you don't act like that if you have friends.
No way.
His only friend is probably like the raccoon he met like in a crawl space.
I was going to say like the puppies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You guys know what I mean. You're in a cage too. I'm in a cage. I'm in a cage of life.
No, you're right. Actually, I take my statement back. You're right.
So she's upset that he's not planning anything, but Betty's like, it's gonna be your family. It's gonna it's Betty's friends and family. Think about like how many you had a wedding, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's mostly like
it's true, and then it's like it's your parents' like best friends and stuff like that,
and
it's
then
like,
your mom was like, "Oh, we have to invite the neighbor's dog's groomer."
Oh, my mother had a list of so many people to invite.
You don't know.
Yes,
that you don't know.
I had never met them in my life. Yes,
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's because I think that a lot of times parents of the brides, parents of the grooms use a wedding as like their flex.
Yeah, for sure. Like, come look at my kid's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Look at what I paid for, really.
Right. So now Betty's been planning the wedding. Julia wants the wedding on May 9th. So they asked Betty like what the date is. And she goes, May 2nd, May 9th.
Because everyone in this family plays dumb. That's why.
So
that's why.
It's okay. So May 9th is going to be the day before Mother's Day. And Patty, the senior warden.
Uh-huh. And I hate Patty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But also this is a jail church, right?
Right. But who are you to ask me why I'm getting married that day? Uh-huh.
No, you grew up.
Uh-huh.
Right. You went to church and you went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
The senior warden?
That's the thing. They are in a jail. They're in jail.
they're in prison. This is a chapel in a prison near their house that they're using for probably no fee.
Ooh, maybe. Okay, listen, weddings are expensive, so I get it.
So Julia's like, yeah, the 9th. And Betty sarcastically says, ooh, your special day.
Listen, it doesn't bother me now that Betty's being sarcastic. Julia's being a jerk to her a lot.
So now they ask Brandon why they're getting married on the 9th. And he says 9 is her favorite number. And he acts like he does not know why.
He is a man. That's why.
I don't know. Why. He's like being extra jerky about this one. And he's like, I forgot why. Whatever.
But he didn't forget why.
He didn't forget why. He was trying to hurt her feelings. So now she's crying and she feels like she's marrying Betty and not him. I mean,
I don't think that he wants to get married.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
He's being a real jerk because he said that he's gonna be a jerk because this isn't his dream. He said that he wants to marry her because, and this is a quote, I want to make you happy.
Right. And that's when I would say, okay, I'd be happier to go back home to my family and friends.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say.
There is zero chance I would marry someone after saying that to me.
No way. No way.
Because you don't want it. You literally don't want it.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't not only not want to get married in the church, you don't care about any of this.
Mm-hmm.
This should be your dream.
Mm-hmm. And he's basically like, I don't know if I want to deal with this.
Well, speaking of broken dreams, let's talk about Yara and Yovi.
Yovi. I'm telling you, I watched this. Like, I just don't hate him.
I changed it to Yovi.
Well, every time I write it, I write Hovi too with an H.
Well, I changed it to Yovi because I think Yara and Yovi is a better couple.
Oh, yeah, that sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds cute. Okay.
So he gives her a piggyback ride. She holds a baby alligator.
That looks fun.
That's very fun. So he's been being way nicer to her, and he leaves for work in 12 days, but they're going to get married in 8 days. So what?
I guess they're just going to Vegas for like a night or something.
Right. So his mom picks her up, and his mom, I got to tell you, I didn't like her at first. I really, really, really like her.
I think that she's also warmed up to Yara a lot, which makes her so much more likable.
She's a very nice person, his mom.
She is very nice. Like that, again, that's a nice mother-in-law. You score if you have a good mother-in-law.
I agree with you. And we have a very good mother-in-law.
We do. We have the best mother-in-law.
Thank God. Mm-hmm. So now the store clerk answers the store door.
Mm-hmm.
Noelle. Yep. Mm-hmm. She's wearing a t-shirt from the store right there. She's wearing her own merch.
Right.
With a Gucci belt.
Mm-hmm.
And the craziest eye makeup I've ever seen in my life.
Tracy, this is because of TikTok. People are doing this for an everyday look.
Okay. Well, she has about a 3-inch line underneath her eyes of brown red eyeliner or shadow. Mm-hmm. She looks like she is the devil.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And yeah, I'm terrified of this. I'm
You
terrified
look
already.
scared.
She was insane looking.
No, I know.
So Gwen really, really wants to come to the wedding.
Yeah.
And now Yara is worried that she's going to be showing
Right.
when she gets married. And I'm like,
but she's
how?
going in 8 days. I mean, you're
It's
going
like,
to
what's
probably
gonna
look the
happen?
same, I think. Just saying.
All right. So she puts on the sequins gown. Oh my God.
What, her body is insane?
It's like, she looks like a mannequin wearing this dress.
She looks like a Barbie doll.
She
really
looks
does.
like they made this dress for her body.
Yes. Tracy, who the hell looks like that? Who looks like
I've
that?
never seen someone like fill out a dress like that.
I know.
Without
She-
even looking trashy.
Unbelievable. And okay, how did she not look trashy in that dress? I will never understand.
She's wearing a dress, a sequins low cut dress
Mhm.
that has a slit up to her hooge.
Right.
And she looks perfect and class. She looks like Miss America.
No, you're so right. She looks like Vanna White.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like she is, and she looks classy. Meanwhile, her broccoli's about to fall out. You know?
No. And I'm like, this is a perfect, like, I can't even believe it. So
I
anyway,
know.
Gwen starts crying, and her quote is so funny.
What'd she say?
She goes, "Somebody's finally gonna marry my kid." It's like, he's a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, he is a jerk, and also he's probably not brought a lot of girls home,
And he's probably not brought a lot to the table. So
well, that's true.
she feels super guilty, and Yara, and so she's like, Gwen, I feel like they've also bonded, and she wants her
So
there.
do I.
So she's like, you can come to the wedding. So she is showing a little bit, I think.
I'm telling you, she was showing a baby amount at that engagement party too.
And it's like, I can't.
I don't get the timing of this.
Yeah, I don't really know. Anyway, so now we go to the next scene. Yara had fallen in the street, and they got very scared. They took her to an urgent care. It turns out she's okay, but it's the night of the bachelor party.
But why would you have a bachelor party like the night before a flight to Vegas?
Okay,
like that's
because
poor timing.
Your whole life was a bachelor party.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? So now Kaz calls, and he is talking so stupid. I think he's on drugs.
I hate Kaz, by the way.
But he's talking like, what are you even saying? So now she's like, listen, I'm not going to tell you not to go, but like, can you not go for too long? Like, I just fell. And also we have to go in the morning, and like, I don't feel good. And then also she says, I'm going to let him go because he's been caring about me.
I know. And you know what? It's like, I think that he's been really nice, but I think that as women in general, we cling to
like
these
the
little
tiniest
bits of
thing.
affection, these crumbs.
She's like, I'm so lucky my fiance cares about me.
Right.
What?
I'm so lucky that he took me to urgent care when I was bleeding. You know what I mean?
But it was also the night of his bachelor party. So he really sacrificed for me.
It's so sad.
So now she's like, listen, stay for an hour and a half. And he's like, what? She's like, stay for 2 hours. He's like, I don't think so. She's like, 2.5 hours. I'm like, she needs to say.
She's playing Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah. She needs to say a half an hour because he's still going to do 5 hours.
Yeah, and I was watching this. I'm like, if this was Tracy, she would sacrifice him to Satan. Like this guy would not be walking out this door.
He could have left. And then I would have moved. I would have relocated, and he would have never found me again.
I'm telling you, I was watching this, and meanwhile, if it was me, I'd be like, "Go!" Like, we're just so
because
opposite.
you know what it is. I want the guy that doesn't want to go because he wants to take care of me. I don't want the guy that asks me if he's allowed to go.
Agreed, but I also don't want the guy that's going to resent not having a bachelor. party.
No, because you know what? If you tell me you don't want to go, I will tell you to go.
Yeah, I mean, but he didn't. He seemed like he would have stayed, though.
He would have stayed and been very.
He would have stayed and gotten drunk at home, probably, though. You know.
I mean, Noelle, he's drunk all the time. So she said that he could have 2 drinks. Yeah, okay.
That's dumb.
He starts off with a hand grenade.
Right. What is this?
This is, I think what happens is it's a mixed drink, and then in the little grenade thing that's upside down, there's some kind of like
extra shot or something.
Yes, it's exactly. It's almost like like, do you remember like in Mexican restaurants, they have like the 24 karat gold margaritas and then they put like an extra shot of like Grand Marnier
Yeah,
on
it's like
it?
a floater or
Yes,
something.
It's
Yes.
a floater.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's what it is, I think. So he's walking around getting a hand grenade, and then we find out that his friends and family are all coming to Vegas. So I feel like that might have been a storyline.
Yeah, I think it was a storyline because I'm like, okay, so she invited Gwen 8 days before the wedding, and now everybody's like, okay, I'm going to take off of work
Right?
and
I'm gonna
buy a
book a
very
flight.
expensive ticket. Right.
They don't live in LA. They live in Louisiana.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not close.
So now this is a quote from Yovi, Hovi, Jovi. I'm going to end up at the strip club.
I mean, we knew that though.
So he takes a quick trip to the strip club. And I got to tell you, he's very proud of being a strip club regular.
Okay. But you know what? I like it. Thank you. Thank you for not being like creepy and gross about it. You're like, I love strippers. Yay. You know?
Noelle, they said that he's at the strip club 6 to 7 nights a week.
He's a degenerate. He's a degen.
Noelle, 6. I don't even eat 6 to 7 nights.
That's what I was going to say. I don't go to the grocery store that often. Like, what do I do that often? I'm lucky if I poop that often.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing that I do.
Yeah.
I don't even sleep 6 to 7 nights a week.
Me neither.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I don't know.
He's spending that much money?
That's the thing. And I think before he was making good money. He had nobody to support. He was like a single guy
so
with
here's
a good paying job.
Okay. Well, here's an idea. You could have saved money and bought a house and not had this rental.
Tracy, he's a man.
I
like, no offense. I know I'm like bashing guys, but like, how many guys take the initiative when they're that age and they're drinkers and they're partiers to save all that money and buy a house? Some, sure, but not him.
I know, but it's like you already had, like, she was pregnant the one time you
proposed
her. Like, come on, you know what's happening 6 to 7 nights a week. But Klein, what a stand-up guy. He won't go in.
What a saint. What a saint. My God.
He's like, you'll understand when you have a baby and a wife that hits you.
Yeah, right? When you're scared of your wife, when she's going to lock you out, like, you have to sleep in the swamp.
He's like, what do you think? I'm going to go to a strip club on camera? What are you, crazy?
Seriously. He probably snuck in.
Yeah,
after
he's
the
probably
cameras
like,
moved.
Guys, can you film me saying I'm not going to go inside?
And then I'll come inside?
Yeah. So
I'll be in the champagne room.
And then Yovi, Hovi, Jovi says, feels good to be back in my local strip club.
I mean, that's just weird. That's weird.
6 to 7 nights. He's at the strip club 6, 7, or 8 nights a week.
He's making it rain though on the strippers.
Oh my God. It was really classy. That's how regulars act all the time.
I was going to say, like, who acts like he was acting like a teenager?
Well, Carter sits on his lap.
Gross.
And Kaz.
Not gross because of Carter. Gross because of him for allowing that. Yes.
And then Kaz sends them to the champagne room.
I bet you he does an Irish goodbye.
Oh, Kaz? Or
no,
Jovi,
Jovi. I bet he like sneaks out. I don't think that he would like go through with something like that. I don't know.
No, well, this is his lifestyle. 7, 8 nights a week.
I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna.
First of all, he was what's her name? Carter.
Carter.
Carter's probably a bridesmaid at the wedding.
Oh, for sure.
These are his friends and family.
Yeah, so that's true.
He's like, of course you could send me and Carter to the champagne room. We know so much about each other already.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to change his mind. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Speaking of seeing what happens, Tariq and Hazel. So now they're self-taping because Corona has hit all the way. And she thinks that he likes Minty better. I think that if he liked Minty so much, he would know her name.
That's the thing. Minnie, Mindy, Minty.
She thinks that they still talk and she doesn't trust him. Of course they still talk.
Okay. First of all, of course they still talk, but also you want a reason not to like him more.
Yes. So now it's May 2020 and Hazel is wearing, is this supposed to be a Fendi dress?
Okay. Tracy, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, is this a Fendi dress? Right?
What is happening?
Yeah,
the wedding
is even a sheer sleeve. Very cute.
I know. The wedding is in 2 weeks, and Tariq has chose this tight white tux with this giant baby blue bow tie.
Well, remember, baby blue is her favorite color.
Okay. I don't think okay, so here's the thing. I like purple and pink. Those are my favorite colors. I am such a basic woman, right?
Yes.
Okay. If my fiance comes at me down the aisle, just like in any place, like if he has like a lot of room to walk, right?
Sure. Yes.
In the jail chapel, which is 100% where we will be getting married.
Yes.
And he has on a Barney purple suit with a hot pink shirt. I'm not marrying him.
Like you would be like, this is my deal breaker. Tracy, here's the thing. You know how I know that's not going to happen to you? You think you would let the guy pick out what he was going to wear on his
absolutely
own?
Not. Absolutely not.
No.
That would not be happening.
No, I know.
I would pick out whatever. I mean, I didn't really even let you pick out your own wedding dress. So this is what happens.
That's true. Actually, I changed my wedding dress so many times. After a while, it was like, I give up.
I was like, as long as she has something on, that's fine.
Seriously. Like, should I just get a tux myself?
Noelle, the tux, first of all, it's ridiculous looking.
The bow tie, the ratio between tight tux and bow tie.
Okay.
It's like, what's happening?
Okay. I'm going to tell you what's happening. I have seen these kind of bow ties. It's at, they're usually on children's party clowns.
Okay. Because I don't know about these bow ties.
That's all I could like. It's like a circus bow tie. I don't understand. I've never seen like a real person wear it.
But also, why is his suit so tight?
Maybe he's gonna lose weight before the wedding. When is it? 2 weeks away.
Right.
Maybe that's his goal. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's his goal. It's May and their wedding is the 7th, June 7th.
Right. Like he's not going to get it back until the 4th, his tux. Like he really waited till the last minute.
So he goes with his friend Jake, who is a 100% liar that looks at his suit and says, that's great.
Also, I think Jake is a liar when he says he would not be married to his wife anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Sure. You're
right.
Sure, Jake. Listen, he's also the wedding photographer.
Right. So it's like, could you put your friends to work at your wedding? I don't know. I feel like
because
that's a lot.
Because he can't afford hiring.
Well,
someone.
That's true too. Yeah. Because what does Tariq do? Like, what does he do for a living? I don't even know.
I have no clue.
They never talk about it.
Well, why is Minty still a discussion?
Because Hazel wants something to be mad about.
Okay, but they're talking about Minty while he gets his talks.
Right. And then he's like, do you still talk to Minty?
Wait until Jake finds out her name is not Minnie. Because Jake thinks her name is Minnie because that's what Tariq says.
But that's all he says. That's literally all he said.
One time in the confessional, he said it was Minty. One time because they probably were like, Tariq, stop.
Right, like this. People are going to get confused.
No one's going to know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get out of my head, Noelle.
I can't.
Okay. Worst couple, Amira and Andrew. So she wants just to get her visa reissued. And
I don't blame her.
He looks like the scariest werewolf I've ever seen in my life.
Tracy, he gets smellier and smellier by the episode.
It's disgusting. So they video chat and he needs to know if she's going to do this Serbia thing so he can organize things.
Also, he needs to call her baby 35 times in a sentence.
Baby.
I thought Rebecca and Zied were bad. Zied.
Baby, you need to baby Serbia, baby Serbia, baby Serbia.
Baby Serbia.
So she said that he will not stop until he gets what he wants. Do you think that he needs to know if she's going to go so he knows which jail to avoid?
Yes.
Which airport never to go near?
Yes.
She wants him to promise that it will be okay.
Okay. I used to be a little team Amira, not anymore. Because you're just being dumb.
Who's the moron now?
That's what I mean. I don't care if he has all the control, the money, whatever. You're being stupid. That's
you
it.
Still have you're still in you're not in this.
You're not right
where you're trying to escape.
But that's the thing. You're home. You're home. Why don't you just wait?
She can't. She's crying in the car. She flies into Serbia. she's really excited to move to America because there's makeup stores. Okay. I got to tell you, if I find out that she's doing this for love, I'm going to get upset.
Okay, but it almost sounds that way though.
She better
It's
be doing
weird.
this to come to America only.
Seriously, I agree.
I really hope that she's scamming him. So she said, she also says, you know, I would like to live in San Diego or Vegas. You're not going to live either of those places. This is the problem with the people. I think that the Americans on this show, a lot of them live in very undesirable places.
Yes, agreed.
But I think that the people that are overseas are not realizing that it's almost like if, you know, you lived in upstate New York, no offense to upstate New York.
Sure.
And someone is going to move from, I don't know, Turkey to come and be with you.
And they hear New York.
And you're like, I live in New York. And then they get there and they're in like, you know, Syracuse.
Right. And meanwhile, they're expecting like what they see on TV.
They thought they were going to live in like the ball that drops. Yeah. They thought they were going to live in the ball that drops on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And here they are in Syracuse. No offense. Again, no offense to these places.
But it's not what they're expecting.
Okay. So Tracy, me, right? If I was moving to another country, and I had never been there or had never been to their homes, I cannot tell you how many video tours I would make them take me on.
Tracy, I would want to know everything. I'd be Googling. I'd be like trying to speak to other people in this country.
Noelle,
yes.
I would send a photographer. I would send a videographer to make me a video so that I could simulate what it's going to be like to be there.
You would be like, Noelle, I'm going to pay you to get on a plane and go there and take videos. Yeah, because I would know anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand how like she doesn't realize that she's not going to be living in San Diego or Vegas. So, I just had an idea.
What?
Colt lives in Vegas.
That might be a nice connection.
Amira, she's nice. She's a nice girl.
What do you say from Mad TV? Lowered expectations.
If you guys don't know the Lowered Expectations sketch from Mad TV,
it's the best.
You are really missing out. Google it. It's all over YouTube. It's two unfortunate souls who have found themselves, and it's so funny. So now he's tracking her flight from daycare. And he really hopes she doesn't go to jail.
I mean, I hope she really doesn't go to jail too. I would feel very bad if she did.
Would you though?
Okay. I feel more bad.
I think I would crack up.
I think I feel bad that she's like stuck in this random hotel room for 14 days. Like, what's wrong with you? I don't feel bad. It's more like, what's wrong with you?
No, well, if she would have been taken at the border,
you would have been tickled pink.
I just feel like, I don't know. Did we not see this coming? Maybe.
Right. You'd be like, Noelle, God punishes.
Yeah. Like, but also she would be better at it this time because she knows how to be
the ins and outs.
She could bring like a little shiv or something. So now she gets to this hotel, right? She has to be there 14 days in quarantine. And the first thing she does in the middle of this COVID pandemic, after flying from a different country, you ready? She takes her filthy luggage and puts it right on her bed.
She's disgusting. It's disgusting, Tracy. I can't take it.
Also, is her hair real?
I don't know. You know, I was looking at it. I'm like, she has really nice hair.
There's so much of it. It's not even the length. It's the amount of the layers of head hair.
But I feel like that's like your hair. You have really nice hair.
Noelle.
You think she has more?
It's almost like I have long hair.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would have to have so many clip-ins to have that much hair on my head.
See, I also don't know what the difference between a clip-in, a tape-in, a this,
but I would just have to have tracks in my head to make it that. Her hair is like, like the letter A. It really is, though.
I wish you guys could see Tracy because she's actually doing it with her hair.
I'm doing it. She is the letter A. Also, I like how Andrew gives very good advice to her. He says, cheer up.
Cheer up, Buttercup.
Cheer up. You could be stuffed in a shipping box right now. That was my next plan.
So, I mean, I bet she would say yes to that too, though.
You better be lucky that you got there on a plane and not in the cargo. I was going to put you on a cargo ship and we were going to kick you all the way to Serbia. She's like,
I like
whatever he wants.
She is very, though, you're right. Ever since you said it, she's very mud/pudding-esque. She just is.
There's a lot of
just
pudding
is.
involved.
Mhm.
Speaking of pudding, let's talk about Rebecca and Zied. Rebecca is serving fast food and Zied is getting ready to tour with NSYNC.
He is. Honestly, I like the outfit,
Noelle.
but it's a little outdated.
Okay. Do you think that the outfit is, first of all, relevant to 2020? And second of all, appropriate for, like, what kind of outfit do you put when you're going to meet someone by the dumpster of a chicken restaurant?
But look at how she dresses, though. She dresses very much for the NSYNC era. Look at her boot cuts.
Well, they left the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And she's bringing him lunch on her break by the dumpster. And it's their relationship is very tense because of Ramadan and that talk that they had about how he wants to get married before Ramadan. And she says no.
I mean, but she's saying hard no. Like, she's not interested in being open to this at all. And I don't know why, because, girlfriend, you've already had 3 weddings. You've had 3 weddings.
It's so many weddings.
Why why waste your money again? He doesn't care. So who cares? Why? She's such a baby.
I know. Well, now I have this quote written down. I don't know who said it.
Tell me.
It says Ramadan other something.
I don't know.
It might be him. It
was probably him.
And then she said,
I think he was saying that because she was saying we could live together when it's just the 2 of us and we're not married.
And he said Ramadan other something.
Right. Like Ramadan is different.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So now also she said, maybe he's playing me like my ex from Morocco.
Shut up. Just shut up.
I got to tell you, if I was her ex from Morocco, I would sue her.
Right.
I'd be like, stop
bringing me up.
Stop bringing me up. Stop using that picture with my blurred out face with me in my very cute outfit in Morocco. Stop
bringing him to all of my places.
Right. You live in I still live here, Rebecca.
You're giving him my chicken sandwich, Rebecca.
I'm going to meet you at 3:30 and you gave him my chicken sandwich. So she said that he can stay with Tiffany or something.
Right.
She's such a liar. She's such a liar. She wants to marry him right now behind the chicken restaurant.
But why is she doing this? Why?
Because she wants to see if she can get her way. Because she thinks so. Now, here's the thing: the tables have turned.
Yes.
And she thought that she was. It's like how a lot of these men, I feel like, usually feel like they're saving these women from these countries. And I think that Rebecca felt like she was saving Zied and letting him come to America. And he's like, I'll go back.
Well, that's the thing. I think that she's so insecure because she knows, like, he doesn't need to be in America.
Right. So she's acting a little bit weird. But in Rebecca's defense, all of a sudden, that's what you adhere to for Islam.
Right. I don't know. Like, it's all really confusing, but I do understand where, like, he's like, Ramadan is different though.
Okay, I get it, but like, stop acting like you're following all of these rules.
Well, that's true too. Right. Because technically you shouldn't be sleeping together at all, ever.
At all. You shouldn't be living there. I mean, look at Brittany and Yazan.
Right. And Brittany and Yazan legit didn't live with Brittany.
Right. So let's move over to my favorite couple, maybe in the history of the 90-day franchise.
Tracy, I get like disturbed watching her.
I love it. And by couple, I mean Stephanie and all of her personalities. Stephanie, she wants to hold hands with Harris, so they do. But it's a good thing that they're holding hands because she cannot walk.
No, she is not okay.
She's a baby deer.
She is. She's Bambi on ice. She is not okay.
But don't worry, because RyHarris is gonna hold her hand. And she tells him that this is a quote: "You saved the day."
By what? Coming there to pipe you down when Ryan wouldn't? Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
so sad. So now she says, I'm going to give you a kiss. And then she takes out her lip purse.
She's very into these purses.
Let me tell you, Angela would have
Mhm.
loved this lip purse. It would have gone perfect with her lip, earrings, and necklace set. So she wants him to know that this was not revenge sex.
Oh, no?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So she's totally over Ryan.
Noelle, it's been 7 hours. Yeah, she's over him.
Come on.
She's a grown woman, of course. So she said that he called her daily.
Mhm.
And we find out a little bit more about Harris. Now, I will say this. Harris is 1,000 times better looking than Ryan.
Not only is he better looking, but he's way smarter.
He's a
less
person.
impulsive. Right. He's like, oh, I'm going to go through with this. He means it.
He's going to play the game not like Ryan played it. Ryan played this game sloppy.
Ryan played the game how I would have played it, and
Yes.
Harris plays the game how you would have played it. It's
Harris
just so true.
He's all in. So now he was 17 when he had a kid, and then he
Right.
had 3 kids with the same woman,
Mhm.
and they have been living together for 14 yees.
Right.
But she leaves him often. Okay, so here's the thing. Does she, or does he conveniently is he conveniently single when Stephanie's in town?
He's single when Stephanie's in town.
So now she wants him to come to the US. She wants to white out Ryan's name on the K1 visa and just put cousin Harris, because she probably doesn't know his last name.
Or Paris.
And I love this so much because I got to tell you. Yeah. I think that Harris and his baby mama are like,
are in on it together.
100%.
Yes. So do I. That's exactly what I wrote.
Whoever Harris's baby mama is, good for her. She's like, go out and do your work.
It's because you know what? It's striking gold. It's so easy
It is.
with Stephanie.
And then this is a quote from Harris.
I'm ready.
I know Stephanie and the Americans are rich people. They have big, great houses and everything that they need in life. Okay, so also I felt like Stephanie and the Americans would be the great name for like her band.
Like Josie and the Pussycats.
Like Gem and the Holograms. Coming to the stage, please welcome Stephanie and the Americans. Playing their hit song, RyHarris.
Oh my God, I would pay to go to this concert. Yes. Yes, that's a great name. Stephanie and the Americans. Tracy,
and they
very
all have,
good.
They all have like purses that look like different things.
Right. Like one has a swan. One has like a fork.
Yes, I love it. I really like it. So Stephanie has been performing for years. And he said that he can do better in America. And then he says something that makes me laugh all the way.
What does he say?
This is a quote. He said that he's going to come to America to, quote, make sure she gets the right treatment that she deserves. And he's like, I think he means like the right treatment, like for her mental illness.
Like therapy. Right.
Right. Like shock treatment.
Like she's an EDP treatment.
Right. Like almost like how we were saying that she looks like the woman in like,
oh no, 99 Cent Barbie.
99 Cent Melted Barbie, or the women from Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I need
twist her head backwards.
Right. He's like, I need to make sure that she gets the right treatment, like the right paint color for her skin.
Because she's not very good. Maybe he could help the estheticians.
Or maybe he means or maybe he means the right treatment, like physical therapy, so she can walk on her own again.
It's just she's not bambified anymore.
Well, I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her.
I can't wait to see, honestly, what happens with her. Like, I can't wait to see.
Do you think that her and Harris get into a little bit of a tiff, and then there's cousin Maris?
Right. Or cousin Ryan.
She's like, no, actually, we were having a really serious relationship for years. I love how she switched it so quick to make it like her and Harris have been together forever. Okay. I feel like people in real life do this, right?
Tracy, we were just talking about this in real life.
We really were. So it's like, you know, that girl that you went to high school with, and she had a boyfriend in high school, and they were like both junkies.
Yes.
And then he went, I mean, this is not a specific story, but it could be, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's not. So he goes away to jail for like 20 years. She has like 2 kids with 2 different guys. She's single. She can't get her life together. He gets out of jail. They get married. And she tells everyone they've been together for 20 years.
Tracy, that just happened on my Instagram news feed.
Oh, really?
Something very similar.
There's nothing I love. There's nothing I love more than that.
But this is a thing. It's like, what are you talking about? You haven't been together since 94, you know?
Yes, they've been together since 94.
But you have 3 other kids.
But I love the timelines.
I know.
If you were together for 20 years, who'd you take to the prom?
Right.
And it's like, well, no, actually that he was working that day.
So I just took
took my actual boyfriend that I married right after that.
That I was with for 15 years. I love it.
Oh my God, I love it. This episode wasn't very meaty, but it was very treaty.
It was very treaty. I wonder how long they're gonna make this go on for.
Too long. That is the answer. Too long.
We have a lot longer left.
We might even have more to say about this. And you could catch that on the Trash Talk After Show on the Stereo app. The Stereo app is so cool. It has thousands of live social conversations with a wide range of genres for every interest, including news, comedy, sports, and more. You choose whether to be a co-host, participate as a guest, or simply listen in an exclusive conversation. So you're going to be listening in on our exclusive conversation. But when you download the Stereo app, you also can be your own podcast.
Right.
You could do so many things. We're going to be doing a show and we want you to listen to it. And you're going to join us for our live after party. So don't miss Trash Talk After Party over on the Stereo app, because we're going to be going live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we want to hear from you. Our Stereo app shows have been so great. Download the Stereo app. I'm not asking you to, I'm telling you to.
Guys, I look forward to this show every week. Like, I can't wait for the show this week.
It's all I have. Make sure you download Stereo. Even if you can't listen Wednesday at 7 p.m. because obviously you're at church, you can listen at any time after that. And it's like a full hour podcast extra for absolutely for free. It's really, really great. Make sure you're following the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and join our Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. And you could follow Noelle and I. You could follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Twitter, Instagram, and Stereo, and Noelle on all 3 of those platforms as well at Noe Girl. And also, as always, we have tons of merch for sale, and you could check that out on our social media. It's saved in my saved stories. Also, it's in the Facebook group. So go over to Facebook and join the 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk Podcast Facebook group. And Noelle, you know what else?
What else?
If you're listening to this podcast and you love us, which you do.
You do.
You do, because we love you back.
All the way.
You know, it's like you're listening and you think that we don't know who you are.
Oh, no, we know every single one of you.
And we love every single one of you. So you're going to go over to iTunes or any player that you listen to us on, and you're going to give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review telling everyone why they should listen to the podcast and what your favorite parts are.
Do it. We love you.
Do it. And we'll see you Wednesday, 7 p.m. on Stereo, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.